What's up, Clashers? It is time for another Barching tutorial video, this time for Town Hall 10. Barching is a very efficient way of farming all three types of resources. Though it is best for farming gold and elixir, it does help you get a decent amount of dark elixir as well. I felt as though my Town Hall 8 version of this Barching tutorial wasn't all that good because of the raids I used in that video. I wanted to show that the deployment style I use really is very much capable of getting that 50% 1-star, but the raids I used didn't quite get that far. So to justify the deployment style and the army composition, I now want to show you that even at Town Hall 10, it is very easy to reach 50% with this strategy. Though do keep in mind that farming is all about how to efficiently get resources, not about pushing. The only good thing about being able to get that 50% 1-star is that you will be able to balance your trophy position. Meaning, if you spot a base where you just want to use a few archers for some really easy and fast loot, then you can go ahead and do so and lose the raid. In this tutorial, I will show you my army composition, how I deploy to get 50%, and what type of bases I choose to attack. As you all know, Barching is best used on inactive bases, and currently for Town Hall 10s I found that the most inactive bases can be found around Crystal League. But it can also be used on hybrids or semi-inactive bases, depending on how much loot they have in their collectors. So the army composition I use for this is very simple. I use 80 barbarians, 160 archers. Don't mind that jump spell. I have no idea why it's there. I guess I was supposed to donate it at some point, and maybe I missed the request or I forgot. I don't know. And now it's stuck there. So just ignore that. I don't even use the poison spell in the clan castle. Actually, I don't use spells at all for this strategy. But the clan castle troops are important. They are going to be helping out. Sometimes if you miss a collector or if you are missing a few percent to get that 50% 1-star, they are going to help out. And for that reason, you don't necessarily need wizards or archers. You can ask for any type of troops, but avoid asking for troops that has favored targets. Because you want them to be able to attack any type of buildings. Same thing with heroes. They're going to help you clean up maybe the last collector or help you get the 50% 1-star. Anyway, let's have a look at the attack log. As you can see here, I did lose one battle, and it is going to happen sometimes. If you choose the wrong base or if you mess up your deployment, then sometimes you're not going to be able to reach the 50% 1-star, but it doesn't really matter because, as I said before, the trophies, they're just there to sort of regulate your position in order to find the most inactive bases. But other than that, you can see here I've won every other battle, and the loot is pretty good. You get a lot of gold, a lot of elixir, and sometimes you get a lot of dark elixir as well. So let's have a look at this attack right here. You'll see that when there are buildings outside the base in the corners, I like to take them out prior to the attack because I want the deployment of the Barch army to be very clean. Like this, from the top corner I deploy half of the barbarians towards the sides, and then the half of the archers behind them, and then the same thing from the bottom corner, making sure I spread them out as evenly as possible. And this way, the barbarians will tank for the archers, and the archers will have enough time to clear the resource buildings and get all that loot. I did mess up in this attack actually, because I wanted to get this dark drill with my archer queen and this one with my clan castle troops, but I deployed my clan castle troop all wrong here. I should have deployed them down here in this corner so they target the dark drill, and the barbarian would have taken care of that gold mine that was there. But I messed up, so I paid the price. There's 300 dark elixir that I missed. Anyway, it's a decent raid. So moving on, this next attack I messed up again. I'll show you why. I want to show you my mistakes first because I think they're very interesting. Same thing with the barbarians, half of the barbarians and then half of the archers from the top side, and then from the bottom the other half. And you can also kind of aim them for the collectors if you want, but keep in mind, if you want that 50% 1-star, you have to sort of spread them out as evenly as possible, because otherwise you'll miss some easy buildings that will add to the percentage. So here I use my barbarian on the right side with the clan castle troops to get the 2 collectors on the right side, and my archer queen on the left side to get this last drill. I don't know why I deployed her there. It was really very stupid. Anyway, I forgot to use her ability, and forgetting that meant she died too early, and I didn't get that last dark elixir drill, which had 1,200 dark elixir, so it was an expensive mistake. Anyway, the loot is really good here because it's a Town Hall 10 and it was completely inactive. Next up, let's have a look at this attack. It's a semi-inactive Town Hall 10, but it's actually more inactive than a hybrid, really. But you can see it does have some loot in the storages. It's not much, but there is a little bit. So again here I clear a little bit on this side to the right with my archers because I want a clean deployment, and I don't want this corner to fall behind. So here comes the barbarians and the archers behind them. Even though the collectors are only on this side and here, and a little bit down in this bottom corner, I deploy them fairly evenly spread out because I want to reach the 50% if possible. But it was very close this time. These buildings on top, they were all very close to going down, but they managed to survive. So I end up having to send my clan castle troops, and I send them down here because I figured I might as well get the elixir storages while I do this. But it all end up being I end up at 49%, and then this archer left firing at inactive Inferno tower. So I'm gonna fast forward this, and I left her at it because it was gonna give me my 50% 1-star. Anyway, decent loot again. This last attack I'm gonna show you is another hybrid, a semi-inactive base, because you can see here he does have a little bit of loot in the dark elixir storage, but it's not even close to half, and he had 4,400 something, so you can easily tell this is a hybrid base and that he does have a lot of loot in his collectors. And even though it is not entirely inactive, you can see here it's still possible to get above 50% just using Barch, really. Here I didn't use my heroes, I didn't use the clan castle troops, I just deployed the Barch and got 55% and a very good amount of loot. Alright, that'll wrap up this Barching tutorial. I hope this time around I was able to show the great worth of the Barch army composition even at higher town hall levels. I mean, the great thing about Barching is that it's so easy to use. It really doesn't take more than 2 or 3 tries and you'll have it figured out. All it takes is learning how to spot inactive and hybrid bases, and that's it. You're all set for efficient farming. If you're interested in a more precise description of the 3 different types of high loot targets and how to separate them, the actives, the inactives, and the hybrids, I have written a guide for dark elixir farming where I included a section for spotting targets. I'll put a link in the description for this guide if you want to check it out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.